January 24th, Monday. It's 8:20. I enter the front gates of the university punctually, as always. I woke up at 6:30 a.m., took a hot shower, got dressed, ate my breakfast, and then slowly made other preparations before leaving my room, as I always do. Such is the unchanging cycle of my life that I've been maintaining for the past 3 years. Another normal Monday. Another instance of the first day beginning the cycle of another new week. At least, that's what it was supposed to be.
What should I do? I have no right to judge others if this is what I'm like. It's like I'm a stalker.
Good morning. Yeah! I'm sorry. It seems I startled you? Setsuna ran back into her department building, and her defenseless back faced towards me.
Did you see me?
Oh, yeah. Perhaps it's better to say that it's difficult for me to not have noticed her. She's behaving exactly the same way as Io reported on the phone a few days ago, after all.
I'm very sorry.
No, I don't mind. I'm pretty sure that the people around us are quite bewildered by her behavior right now. After all, the unusually well-known name of Ogiso Setsuna is associated with that third-year public policy student who doesn't belong to any clubs. We're also in Building 3. This is the Literature Department's building, which is located on the exact opposite side of the campus to where the public policy building is. Oh, is something wrong? Actually, I don't think I even need to ask.
About last Friday night. I'm so sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize for anything. I knew the real reason Setsuna was here the moment I saw her.
I want to pretend it never happened. So, please take this as a token of my apology.
She forces a paper bag into my hands, and it feels like there's a little box inside. She still hasn't changed. Always so formal with these things. It's most likely fruit sent from the countryside or something.
Honestly, I don't know how I should apologize.
How much do you remember?
Well, most of it?
Is that so?
I'm so sorry.
Her reaction after waking up from that night is pretty much exactly as I expected it would be.
When I woke up in the morning, I realized that there was an empty wine bottle next to me. My head hurt so much that I couldn't get out of bed for the whole day.
Well, that's what happens when you drink an entire bottle of wine by yourself. Her face is pale, cold sweat is dripping from her skin, and her vision wanders as she attempts to apologize to me.
That was terrible of me. You didn't do anything wrong, Haruki-kun, and yet
Because what she's doing is so cute. And because she's behaving exactly as I expected, I can't help but smile. Calm down, Setsuna.
But...
To be honest, the way Setsuna used to avoid me was actually bad for me. We're able to talk again after half a month now, all because of the fact that she got drunk. We're actually capable of seeing each other for the first time in a month. all because Setsuna snapped at me. That's why I have something to tell Setsuna. I absolutely don't not mind. But the sight of Setsuna's expression made me realize that it would come off as way too conceited. You hit a bunch of nails on the head, so it did hurt a little.
As I thought.
I've realized that even though she's apologizing now, the drunk Setsuna from before is much more representative of the true feelings in her heart. Drunk people tend to be.
But could you please forget about it? Because that's not how I really felt.
Well, I was hoping that was how you truly felt.
Why?
See? There it is again. The more I accept what happened that night, the more fearful and apologetic Setsuna looks.
Why do you think that way, Haruki-kun?
Yet, contrary to her words and expression, she can't resist prying further. Because if it's like that, then I can work harder. Because if I'm currently the worst, I can try my best to become better. Setsuna must have hoped for this deep down. She hoped that I could change. And then, this time, just maybe, I can become a man that you won't reject, Setsuna. She hoped that I would be able to change myself for the better after I couldn't bring myself to destroy our existing relationship. That's why I won't forget the things that happened the day before yesterday, and I'll continue to care about what you said. That's why I won't forget about the things that happened the day before yesterday, and I'll continue to care about what you said. I'll try not to make you want to say it ever again, Setsuna.
How could you? How could you do that for someone like me?
These are just assumptions I've made up on my own. I'm simply doing my best to make you like me regardless of how you feel.
Haruki-kun.
That's why I won't listen to your opinion, Setsuna. No matter what, I won't do as you say. Setsuna lets out an expression that basically amounts to her lips opening ever so slightly. She appears as though she wants to answer me, or that she wants to request something from me. Though her rationale seems to have stopped her from doing it before she could. I'm sure that the words that she almost spilled out would have contained her true feelings. Setsuna, I want you to go on thinking whatever terrible things you want. I want you to think of me as the worst guy you've ever known.
How could I? I can't bring myself to do that.
Well, I suppose you're free to decide to not listen to me, just like I chose not to for you. Well then, it's about time for me to go to my lecture.
Okay.
But I won't ask for an answer immediately. As long as it's before winter comes to an end, it's fine. See ya, Setsuna.
Bye.
I turn my back on Setsuna and look down the hall. I immediately realize that numerous people are staring at us. As I start walking, their gazes start to follow me and the person behind me, and they proceed to give us funny looks. This is bad. Even I'm well aware of how popular Setsuna is at this university.
Haruki-kun?
Hey, Setsuna! Just as I was thinking about how to not make things any worse.
Let me hear it once again. Your guitar, Haruki-kun. Please, let me hear it again.
She didn't even notice the people around staring at us, so she said it a little too loudly. That, Sure, but let me get a little better at it first.
It's fine even if you're not that great. It's fine even if you miss notes. Just please, let me listen to you practice every day.
Every day?
Yes, every day. Brag to me about how you improve slowly but surely.
Sure. I'll call you again tonight.
You have to do it. It's a promise, right?
Well then, I guess it's impossible to hide anymore. Setsuna stared straight at me and waved her hand at me with an undeniably happy expression before she left the building with a skip in her step. Although my situation so far this term has already been grim, I'm now in a truly hopeless situation. But I still manage to let out a dry laugh, because I've made a new promise with her. I'm allowed to talk to her every day. I've managed to share something with her that we're both happy about. There's nothing that could make me happier than this. And then I found yet another surprise. Another thing that would make me happy. Inside the bag that she handed me was a handmade bento box from her.
Here. Please accept it. What is this? A bento box. I made it when I woke up early today. Huh? Last week, I accidentally made you drop your bento. So, I wanted to make it up to you no matter what. I already made sure to calculate the calories. If anything, it might actually be less than it should be. Why are you doing this? No matter what you do, I'll still hate you, you know. I feel the same way, but that's exactly why I don't want to owe you anything. Owe me, huh? I won't apologize for the things I did after we went to karaoke. We both hurt each other about the same, and I also felt terrible about it all. I had plenty of fun myself, though. Well, even so, the bento box incident was my fault entirely. That's why I want to put an end to everything with this. You said you wanted to see me fall with your own eyes, but I won't let you see that happen. No, I don't plan to fall at all anymore. Did something happen between you and Haruki-kun? That has nothing to do with you, does it? Oh? That's why I want you to take this without any reservation. You don't have to return the bento box to me either. We're done with each other once and for all now. Well, I'll accept it without worrying too much then. But if it tastes bad, I'll just throw it away. I don't think there's much we can say to each other anymore. But work hard, Yanagihara. Tomo-san, I wish you good luck and hope you achieve success. Later then. Cell phone. Your cell phone is ringing, isn't it? No, it isn't. Can't you hear it? Listen, the ringtone. It's different than mine. I can't hear it though. Just take a look at it. I'm sure it was ringing. How could that? Let me see for a bit. See? There's an incoming call. Oh, what's this? Wait! Give it back! Wait. I'm sure I heard something. Your phone made a sound. I'm telling you, it's impossible. Huh? See? There's an incoming call. My bad. That's my cell phone. Wait! Sorry, I got the wrong one. Here's your phone back.
What did you just do?
Calling your own phone with my cell phone? Just what are you trying to do?
New contact?
Ogiso Setsuna. There. Why? Why you? Yanagihira-san? Well, don't get mad now. Here, take this as a token of my apology. You always do things as you see fit. Huh? What's this? My lunchbox.
Huh?
Please wash it before you return it. That's my favorite one. What is this? Just what are you trying to? Bye-bye. I'll call you later, Setsuna. Huh?
January 25th, Tuesday.
Hey,
Hmm?
can you play any other songs?
Setsuna mutters that question around the third time I was playing White Album. Let's see. I might be able to do Romance d'Amour.
I've heard that one before. Apparently, it's a song that all beginners learn.
You're exactly right. I'm currently around that level after all. I can't tell if she's tired of hearing the same song over and over again, or if she's worried that I'm fed up with only playing the same song though. My repertoire will slowly increase as I continue playing. For now though, I want to finish this song without missing any notes first. That being said, Setsuna really doesn't need to be concerned about that in a way. Even though I can now play this song from start to finish, I still tend to pause in 2 or 3 places. So, I'm far from the point where I can actually feel tired of playing this song.
Well, for the next song, can I make a particular request?
That's fine, but a new song would take too much time. If it's something I've played before, then it should be fine.
You say that, but there are only a handful of songs you played in front of me anyway, Haruki-kun.
Well, that's true, I guess. After all, Setsuna has only listened to my guitar playing for about a month or so.
Come to think of it, can you still play that?
What do you mean, that?
Remember? Sound of Destiny! The solo part right after the song ends!
Eh,
You practiced that like your life was on the line, Haruki-kun. Even though it was so hard, you still managed to master it in a week!
Yeah.
You didn't miss any notes on stage either. The truth is, I was so busy worrying about you back then that I don't even remember how I sang myself, Haruki-kun.
No, I can't play something like that on an acoustic guitar.
Oh,
You'll have to wait another year for me to get back to playing the electric guitar. It's been a little too long since I've practiced, after all.
yeah, I guess. That was unreasonable of me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm the one who should apologize. Setsuna?
I'm sorry. Shall we continue?
Sure. 3 years ago. Whenever we drop our guard for a bit during the conversation, we always manage to shift the topic to that particular time somehow. And then, before we even realize it, we both end up slightly hurt and fall into silence. That's why Setsuna wants to hear the sound of my guitar. That's why, whenever I finish a song, She immediately wants to hear the next one.
Hey, Haruki-kun,
Hmm?
can you please listen to me for a bit? You can just listen. You don't have to reply. Just focus on playing your guitar.
Okay. You can say anything you want. I'll be listening.
Thank you.
It's likely because the music will break the silence. It's likely because the music will break the silence and ease our fears a little when the both of us go silent. Just like what happened a moment ago. We can continue on as if nothing happened.
Well, where should I start? Can you please wait for a bit? I want to put my thoughts in order first.
It's fine. Take your time. I'll wait no matter how long it takes.
I'm sorry.
Our conversation feels as if we were a young couple who just started dating 3 days ago. And even though we're not good at it, we still slowly continue our conversation. Sometimes we'd get too excited and make mistakes. Then we'd be sad for a bit. But our spirits would be back up fairly soon, and we'd continue on to the next topic.
By the way, did you hear about what happened to Takahiro?
He should be taking the entrance exam soon, right? He must be a hard worker if he's going out of his way to take the general exam.
I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or sincere when you say that, Haruki-kun.
In the end, however, we're simply repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Even though it's a little painful, we're still very happy. We're hoping that this utterly pointless chatter and this terrible guitar music will slowly melt away the snow that's been piling up between us. January 27th, Thursday. What are you doing? Oh, it's just you.
You're blocking the entrance? Move out of the way if you're not heading in.
No, wait. This isn't the best time.
What? Is there a fight going on inside? Did your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday girlfriends happen to meet each other?
If only it were something that simple.
Huh? Well then, let's eat. I thought I told you I didn't want to see you anymore. Why are you sitting there on purpose, Yanagihira-san? Because I'd feel sorry for you if you had to eat lunch alone, Setsuna. It's because you're here that my friends are hesitant to have lunch with me. Also, I don't want to be called by my name by a second year. Please call me Ogiso-san as usual. Then, how about Ogiso Setsuna-san? Looks delicious. Can I have one?
What happened to your diet?
Well then, I'll trade it with something from my lunch that has the same amount of calories. No thanks. The bento box you gave me before didn't exactly taste great. Yeah. As for your bento though, it tasted amazingly good. Good to the point it nearly made me angry. It's no big deal. I just used whatever ingredients we had. You don't have to force yourself to praise me either. The Nemono in particular was really well seasoned.
You think so?
How did you make that? Was it the broth or maybe the specific combinations of seasonings? That's something I learned from my mom. I suppose I'm a little confident in it. Huh? Speaking of which, the ratio of soy sauce to sugar to cooking wine is 2 to 1 to... Wait, Why should I teach you the secret recipe of the Ogaso household? Being so narrow-minded is why people antagonize you. Really, you're so snobby. I don't really mind being hated by you at all. You're doing it again, Satchan. You're not being honest at all. Who's Satchan supposed to be? How many times do I have to tell you not to address me so casually?
I hope that makes you understand what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Who is that?
That's Yanagihira Tomo, remember? She was in the grade lower than us in high school. That devil of a girl who caused our light music club to disband.
No, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the rude, foul-mouthed replica of Setsuna who's talking to her. Who's that supposed to be?
I've had it. Just remembering it makes me mad.
You've been mad about that for quite a while now.
I know that, but still, hear me out, Hanaki-kun. Yanagi-hira-san was so terrible to me, you know?
You've told me that several times already, too.
And come on, what's with that Sachan? I've only been called that by my aunt back when I was little and still went to elementary school, you know?
Setsuna seems to be quite excited today. Rather than someone awful, it's more appropriate to say that someone's appeared in her life who's managed to rile her up.
What a terrible mistake on my part. I should have just ignored her when she started bugging me last year.
It seems she bears a lot of grudges towards you, Setsuna.
Why did it turn out like this, though? I'm supposed to have nothing to do with her. If she's being mean just because she doesn't like me, then this is too harsh.
I don't really think the person in question thinks that way, though. She's always been extremely ambitious, ever since our high school days. It's no wonder that Setsuna was a frequent target of her animosity, given that she had always been the thorn in her side.
In the first place, I knew nothing about her back when we were still in high school, you know? I mean it.
I suppose I understand why you'd be mad about that.
I know, right? Lunchtime will be really depressing for me starting tomorrow. Maybe I should find a different place to eat.
I understand why she'd be mad about that. Though, that goes for the other person in question as well. Back in high school, she suffered overwhelming defeats 2 years in a row in terms of the votes she got for the Miss Hojo High contest. And even now, they each valued their respective rankings as night and day. Moreover, there's also the fact that the sense of rivalry between the two of them was quite detached. Or at least she was made aware of the fact that it had been completely one-sided on that particular day. Perhaps it's because the Ogaso Setsuna finally acknowledges her now, that she's basking in the glory of it. Then again, if you think about it, you could say that the two of us managed to get together because of her. I told you this before, right? The reason why the old light music club was disbanded? The club got pulled into her unparalleled ambitions and was used to promote her for the school festival, only to fall apart in an instant. I was merely a stand-in guitarist for the club back then, with only guitarists in the group. Without a bassist, a drummer, or a singer, I had no idea where to even start. I spent the day wandering aimlessly and was just about ready to give up. and was just about ready to give up. But in that hopeless situation, Setsuna's beautiful singing voice reached my ears.
Still, I really don't like having a Cupid with such a mean personality.
I've been keeping an eye on you since then, Setsuna. It's also one of the reasons why I asked you to take her spot.
That's not my fault, though. She's such a pain. Always causing trouble for other people.
This is probably the first time I've heard you saying something so terrible about anyone. To put it more accurately, the fact that she's described me with words like this before makes this the second time.
That's probably because I've never run into people like that until now, I'm sure.
Is that so? But the truth is, you're actually quite interested in her, aren't you? After all, Setsuna, you'd never met anyone that made you speak ill of them like that up until now, right? I suppose you could say she's a bad influence on you.
Don't say that now. Jeez. You just gave me the chills. I'd rather not have to deal with people who I can speak ill of nonchalantly like that.
Calm down, Setchan. Huh? You're not mad?
Well, I suppose if you're the one to say it, Haruki-kun, maybe it's fine.
Why's that?
It made my heart skip a beat.
Oh, yeah, I figured as much. Setsuna is quite excited today, and the way I see it, she seems to be pretty happy. January 29th, Thursday. Well, I can just borrow these notes, right? The French exam is on Thursday, so as long as you return them by Tuesday, it'll be fine. Thank you. It's a good thing that we're learning the same language. I'm most familiar with your notes, after all. I'd prefer you start getting used to taking your own notes, though. Today's the day off right before exam week. Takuya's visits now hardly come as a surprise. No way! I've been using this product for the past 6 years, so I can guarantee its quality. When I'm using these notes, I feel like I'm guaranteed to graduate. Grow up already, you. Even though our courses and specializations are different. His habit of borrowing my notes before an exam hasn't changed since the first year of high school. During our first year in university, this guy borrowed the paper I wrote, copied it word for word, and turned it in. When the professor called us in and gave us a failing grade, I considered ending our friendship once and for all. Speaking of which, what have you been doing over there? You didn't even bring tea for your guest. I'm looking for something. Also, if you wanted to be treated as a guest, you should have brought a gift. What are you looking for? And since I have no choice, here's some handmade cookies. My Friday girlfriend is getting married, so she gave me this as a parting gift. I don't want something so emotionally loaded. Damn it, I lose. See, she told me she was tired of me making her wait so long. But the thing is, I don't recall making her wait for me at all. So, I had no idea how to react. Would you seriously? Anyway, could you answer my question already? What are you looking for? Sheet music. As I answer him, I pause my search for a moment and take out a bottle of green tea from the fridge to put on the table. Sheet music? Oh, for your guitar? Yeah, it's the one I used during high school. I just started looking for it a moment before you arrived. I tried my best to avoid looking at it. The snack he ate with his tea. The bag with the pink ribbon on it. You sure it's not at your old place? That's impossible. When I moved here, I made sure to bring absolutely everything. How bad is your relationship with your family, dude? It's not that bad. It's just that we're not interested in each other. Doesn't seem like a lack of interest to me. This is more like complete apathy. I'm grateful that they're willing to pay for my tuition. When I become independent, I plan on paying them back. And when they need someone to take care of them, I plan on going back too. You do that for everyone, acting like you have some obligation to do things. Even though you always butt into others' problems, why are you so cold to your own family? It should be here. Seriously, where is it? A question I ask about my sheet music and my parental bond.
Fine, I get it already. I'll go take a bath in a bit, and don't barge into my room. But didn't it take you until dawn to do it yesterday? When I tried to use the water to do the laundry this morning, it was still warm. Wait, don't say something like that when I'm on the phone. Besides, don't you have exams next week? You've been staying up late on the phone for days now. I'm studying perfectly fine, so don't you worry about that. Okay, now get out. Just get out already. Just make sure you hang up earlier today, okay? Our phone bill was quite expensive. I can decide that for myself. I'm the one paying for it anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. Paying with the money your dad gave you. In any case, don't pull an all-nighter again, okay? Jeez, just give me a break. I'm sorry, Haruki-kun. I got interrupted.
No, it's fine. More importantly, is that really okay?
Yeah? Is what okay?
Well, your bath.
No problem. I'm properly taking baths every day.
But if you leave it on, the gas bill will.
Like I said, don't worry about that. And also, you shouldn't talk about girls taking baths so casually.
Right. Sorry.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. Sorry for making you hear something so embarrassing.
No, that's fine.
Well, listen, please. Entertain me again today, Kidahara-sensei.
Today, I'd like to try playing a different song. To tell you the truth, I only just found my old sheet music.
Which one is it? I'm so excited.
Well then. Come to think of it, there is this one place where familial love is abundant.
My goodness, Setsuna's become so selfish all of a sudden. It feels like she's back to how she used to be.
I was studying until 4 a.m. yesterday. When I went to sleep, she was still on the phone, you know.
Huh? How could that be?
It's true. When I went to the bathroom before going to sleep, there was still light and voices coming out of her room.
I never thought you'd be studying until so late. You're actually acting like a student who's having an exam.
Mom, do you want me to fail them or something?
Speaking of which, I wonder if Setsuna is getting enough sleep.
I guess this is what they call the honeymoon period. Those two are always so close.
Well, I'm just glad that she's cheerful again.
If this keeps up, maybe they'll get married right after graduating from university, huh?
I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Sure, you might be fine with it, but Dad might be annoying to deal with.
I'd really prefer she spoke to me like she does now rather than hiding all the time and crying like she used to.
Thank you very much. That was the unfulfilled dream.
That's amazing! It's hard to imagine you just started practicing this song today.
I still ended up messing up 5 times, though.
No, this is great. You're really getting the hang of this, Haruki-kun.
Oh, I've played this song before, so I suppose my fingers still have a little muscle memory left in them. That said, I'm not at the level where my fingers can just move on their own yet. I now know for sure that I can easily learn the guitar in a short period of time, so long as I practice 10 hours a day. And I bet she'd say something like, that's not nearly enough effort yet.
Do you know any other songs? It'd be nice if it was a song I knew.
Well then, please look forward to the performances to come starting tomorrow, seeing as I just found sheet music for over 20 songs.
Is that so? I'm looking forward to it. But
What is it?
you won't have time to study anymore, Haruki-kun. Especially if you practice so hard on these new songs. I can't make you do this knowing that you have exams next week.
That's...
I'm sorry. I'm always being so selfish and inconsiderate of you, Haruki-kun.
Setsuna.
I can't force this on you anymore until the exams end, right? I can't be selfish anymore, right? To call you so that I can hear your voice.
There it is again. Although we were having a wonderful conversation just now, like on cue, we suddenly fell into a slump, overwhelmed by our emotions and memories.
I can't do that, right?
Being on the phone this late is bad, right? We still have to go to university tomorrow. Playing the guitar so late would cause trouble for your neighbors, right? We should probably hang up now. If we have such long phone calls every day, your phone bill will be terrible, right, Haruki-kun? It's the same thing every single day. As she realizes how much pressure I'm putting on myself to fulfill her wish, Setsuna's caring heart starts crying out. Anyone with even a bit of compassion would fall into this dilemma, but for Setsuna, it ends up being a true pitfall. Hey, listen, Setsuna. But it's alright. Can't I do it?
What?
I've already thought of a way to fix this. Can't I call you during exam week? Can't I say I want to hear your voice either, Setsuna?
I don't mind at all, but Haruki-kun, don't you?
Well, it's not much of a solution. It's more like I'm holding my ground. It's not a problem for me, because whether you listen or not, Setsuna, I'm not planning on giving up my practicing.
Why though?
There's no reason in particular. I just get really rusty really fast with musical instruments unless I practice every day.
Is that so?
This isn't Setsuna's fault, after all. It's finally coming back to me after a 3-year hiatus. If I just stop practicing now, everything will go to waste. The reason why I'll work hard, the reason why I slacked off, the reason why I continue this unproductive guitar practice. I've tried to tell her so many times that none of this is her fault. Anyway, it's just something I've decided to do on my own.
But,
Hmm?
in the end, it's still for me, right?
I guess, yeah. And then I can only honestly admit my intent. Even though it's not Setsuna's fault, I'm doing this for Setsuna. I want to get Setsuna's attention because I love Setsuna.
You're practicing so hard because You want me to listen to you play, right, Haruki-kun?
I'm not good enough to play for other audiences yet. It's not worth their trouble to listen either.
Don't tell me you're planning to give up on the finals.
Well, I'll work hard to a certain extent, you know? It's not really a problem since I've already got the credits I need, though. So, I definitely won't fail.
Me too. My graduation has already been guaranteed too.
It seems like our hard work has paid off.
Yeah!
Well then, let's both reward ourselves a little by lazing around for a bit. Sound good?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tomo seems to be up to something. She's trying to make friends with Setsuna after that stunt she pulled. I don't trust Tomo. But at least Haruki's getting back into the guitar, which is a step towards getting the band back together. Or at least the duo.